Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to give you a brief guide for the Fire Mage in patch 7.2. In the recent hotfixes, Fire got buffed with a 6% damage increase. I have been checking out Fire during the last 2 weeks and I can tell you guys that it is still doing good overall. Of course Frost is stronger on single target, but Fire is still performing very well AoE wise and in Mythic Plus. Hopefully patch 7.2.5 will bring some more buffs to the Fire Mage. I still enjoy the gameplay very much, especially since I'm using on-cursor target macros for both Flamestrike and Meteor, for which of course I will put a link in the description. Let's go over the pros and the cons of the Fire Mage. The pros: Fire has quick high burst damage, it's also efficient on AoE damage, you have a lot of movement thanks to Scorch. Scorch damage is of course increased if you have the legendary waste. The cons: it's sad to say, but Fire is pretty mediocre to weak on single target. It requires stacking due to Ignite. All in all, in my opinion, Fire is still one of the strongest specs in Mythic Plus. Bringing us to the stats. Intellect, Crit, Haste equals Mastery, and then Versatility. Crit is really important for the Fire Mage. I would go around the 50%. Haste helps with your global cooldown, for example on Fire Blast. Mastery is really good for the Fire Mage since it boosts our Ignite damage. As we all know, Ignite is really important for the Fire Mage. And then Versatility for flat damage increase. Let's go over the best legendaries. Best legendaries for single target are the Legendary Wrists and Waist. You can of course switch it around with Shard of the Exodar depending on when Bloodlust is used. Dragon's Breath Legendary Head is good together with Killjaden's Burning Wish for pure AoE damage. You can of course play around with all of these legendaries depending on the fight. Let's take a look at our relics. Ever Burning Consumption is our best overall relic. Burning Gaze is the best for single target fights. Increased pyro damage relic. And last but not least, the relic that increases our fireball damage. Okay guys, so in this part of the video I'm going to go over the talents. Afterwards we are going to take a look at the rotation. So first the talents for single target, Pyromaniac, Shimmer, Mirror Image together with Meteor for pure single target. I think personally I'm using Rune of Power more than Mirror Image. Mirror Image was super good in the beginning of 7.1.5, but I think that right now in 7.2 Rune of Power, personally I'm getting more DPS out of it. And kind of slow if you're not a huge fan of min-maxing every cooldown into your Rune of Power combustion. But that's a personal preference. Do take note that Rune of Power will perform better. Then Lakshada's Fury if you have the legendary head, or Flame On. I use Flame On, I don't have the legendary head. Tier 75 Frenetic Speed, Tier 90 Living Bomb AoE, add fights, Mythic Plus, all that good stuff. Unstable Magic, pure single target. Or like 2-3 adds, Living Bomb, one Living Bomb isn't really necessary to take. So Kindling on bursty fights like Emerald Nightmare, you're doing AP, Lego farming, stuff like that. Otherwise it's these two. As I said, Meteor, Mirror Image, pure single target. If you want to go with the AoE spec, it's going to be Conflagration, Rune of Power, and Cinderstorm. If you can let every Cinder hit a target, Cinderstorm is going to be way better than Meteor. But if you want to play it safe and for the sake of the rotation, I'm going to use Meteor. Then again, like I want to say, I never use Pyromaniac to be honest. I use Conflagration all the time. So my rotation is gonna look slightly different because I do have the legendary bracers. That's also the reason why I love playing with Rune of Power. That way I can get the most out of that hard casting Pyroblast. Let's have a look at the rotation then, guys. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. What you want to do for your opener is you want to take a pre-pot, precast Fireball, Rune of Power together with your Combustion. Hopefully you got a Heating Up proc from your precast Fireball. If you didn't, use your Phoenix Flames for the Heating Up proc. And then you're going to do the dance, as it's so called, and you're going to do as many instant pyros during your Rune of Power and Combustion. And what you want to do during your Rune of Power and Combustion is that Meteor. You want to have it at 5 incantation stacks ideally, and when you're in combustion. So this is how it looks like. So take a pre-pot, precast Fireball, no Heating Up proc, so and then you do the dance, you do the dance, you do the dance, drop your Meteor. Second rune. And it's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward, nothing special. The rotation is what it is. And that's basically it for the Fire Mage. For the rotation, nothing special, just all the time heating up proc, Fireball, Fire Blast, Fireball together with your Pyroblast at the end, and that's it. Do take notice, if you have the legendary bracelet like me, then wait for that proc. If you got that proc and Rune of Power is about to come off cooldown, keep your you keep that hardcasting pyro that does 300% increased damage, and use it during that Rune of Power. That way you can maximize your damage, and that's going to be way better for your recount, for your DPS. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. In the description you can find links to my Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter page, should you guys be interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.